So as I was joining back, I could hear someone asking some questions. Maybe I could have them before I proceed. John, you can maybe read out the questions to me and respond to them. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So Amina was, there are two questions. One from Amina, she was asking whether about the tools for creating websites. During when you were starting the session, you had highlighted them. There was something she was writing down. She missed some points. Yeah, so maybe you can try and elaborate that. Then there is a second question from Leonida. She asked about whether if you have a Gmail account, you can create multiple websites in WordPress.com site with .wordpress.com or the plans that you are showing us here.
Okay, so currently WordPress, if you'll be using the free version, it only limits you with one account, with one Gmail account. You can't have like one account creating more than one website. It will limit you. If you try creating with the same account, it will give you an error telling you that the email you are trying to use has already been used. So with that, you only have to use one account per one site in WordPress. Hope that answers. And then for Amina, there are different tools that we can use. When you are starting, you can code from scratch, like you can write codes, like you can do using HTML5, CSS3, you can do using PHP, you can create using Python. So, but for the coding part requires like the learning curve is not very short. It requires you like to have like a long learning curve. You can't learn it in a day and finish everything. So like for a start, you can learn how to create it using CMS, which is content management system like WordPress. You can use that. So there is different ways that you can create a website using WordPress. You can use the online version where that's the one that I'm trying to show all of us, WordPress.com, or you can always use the you can code it from scratch. Sorry, you can download WordPress in your laptop. You can configure everything and later buy a domain and post it online. That depends as well. Yeah, so for today we are just focusing on creating the website using WordPress on the site. Okay, have I tried to answer? So there is also like the other version where you download WordPress on your laptop. You have to download like some servers to set up everything, which is a bit hard. But for the online part, we can just use WordPress.com. Everything is set up for you.
I got you, Mana.
Okay, that's very correct. Yeah. So once you're ready in this plan, you can say start with a free site. Okay, so for us now, we are going to use the free part. We are not going to buy. I'm going to click start with a free site. Okay, you can all see that. So if you'll be starting with a free site, this is what you are able to use. That's what you'll see. Okay, right. So once you've logged in using WordPress.com, this is the the dashboard that we're going to see. So WordPress always provides you with different dashboards that you can always experiment with. So currently, as you can see, anyone who is following online, you can see this is the dashboard that WordPress provides you with. So when you check on the left-hand side, there are different functionalities or different things that you can do. So for today, I had prepared for us to learn a few things on the WordPress.com. Like for example, one thing that is very important, you see here at the top, if you're able to see Pwani Technogirls website, here at the top, it's written Pwani Technogirls. Pwani Technogirls. So that is always the title of the site. It's always very important to always change that at any time. So how are you going to do that? When you check mine, if you're doing it practically, when you check mine, it's written my site, my home, site title. How are we able to change that? So we'll start by changing the site title. You come here on the site, it's on my left hand side, you click on the site. No, sorry, don't click on the site, you click on manage. Or the shortest way you can always change that is here at the center. It's written give your site a name. When you click start, you'll be able to change. When you click start, you'll be able to see this screen here. You see here there is the WordPress. This is called the site icon. You can always have it by replacing it with your logo. Okay, let me remove this part. Okay, so here, when I can write anything, I can change it to made in Mombasa. I can change and say made in Mombasa. Made in Mombasa. Let me see this prompt error here. It's saying update the site title with the display. So you can always add the tagline. You can use the same as the website title. You can say made in Mombasa. Made in Mombasa. And then you can always save the settings. Make sure you save. You click save. Okay. Right, so we have already saved that. So one important thing that it's also important for us to learn in creating websites using WordPress, it's very simple. Like for example, the Pwani Technogirls website, you can see these at the top. At the top, we call them menus. All these are menus. So it's very easy to create these menus using WordPress.com by first creating pages. So how do we know where the pages are, where the menus are? When you come back here, when you on your left hand side, you can see on the site. When you click on the site, you'll see pages, post, media, and all that. So you can click on the pages, see how many pages you have. So currently, WordPress already have the default pages that it has already created for us. We have home, we have about, we have contact, and we have blog. Okay. So I was removing the error from there. And then when I'm here on the pages, let me go back and show something. These are the pages that are already there. So when I click on my home, when I click on the home, this will give you like an option of either you can view the site or you can see some of the editing features that you have. So I can click view site. So currently, this is how my site is. This is how it appears. So in WordPress, how the site appears, it's always referred to as a theme. If you've heard about people talking about theme, what is your website theme? How is your theme? Or like, can you show me different versions of your theme? How do you want your website to appear? In WordPress, we refer to them as themes. So this is how it appears. Currently, we have the pages, home, blog, about, and contacts. Like, for example, you might want to add any page. Like, for example, you want to add gallery. How do you do that? So if you want to go back, you can always click on this icon here, on the WordPress icon. It will redirect you back to home. So I'll show you how to create that page. And then we are going to use one of the page. We are going to edit one of the page or two pages when time allows us. So I'll go back to pages. Okay, so these are the pages that already exist. You can see here, there is an option that tells you add a new page. So you can always click on it. You can click on it, giving it time to load. Oops. Okay. Let's just give it more time to load. Our web page is flowing. Great, Sawa. It has already created. So you can create, like for example, these are different templates or layout that you can always use. Like for example, if you want to add portfolio pages, you can always select one. If you want to add the services pages, so WordPress makes it a bit easy for you to add these pages. But assume you want to add a page that you can design a design on your own. You can always pick this one at the top, the blank one. Then you can say use the blank layout. You can, this is, so when you say blank layout, WordPress assumes that you don't know how to use the editor. There is a, when we work with WordPress, we use an editor that allows us to edit or add more things on the website. So WordPress uses Gutenberg editor. That is one of the latest version of WordPress editor. You can see it gives you like different layouts. We are going to check how to do that. So for now, I'll just go next, and then I say get started. And then I'll come here at the top and just write, and I will write maybe gallery. I will write gallery. Okay, once you finish that, you can, because now it's a blank page, you can't see anything, you can always publish it. publish it again. Okay, right. So once you publish it, you can view the page. I can open in a new tab and see how the page appears. So this is how the page will appear. So like for example, let's work on editing like an existing page. Okay, so before I go next on editing an existing page, if there is any question on anyone who has a question, you can raise your hand, unmute yourself and answer, or you can type in there and John will be able to help read it. So I'll just give like 2 minutes, anyone who has a question, so that I don't move very fast. But I would like us to edit the about page, because each and every website has the about page. John, do we have any question?
I'm not sure if there was a question. I think you answered, but it was repeated in the chat. Maybe you can emphasize. She asked, you said one Gmail for one website. Is that for personal websites? And what if you're a web developer?
Okay, so actually, one thing that I've also realized, you see, like WordPress, they always do like a lot of updates. They allow more features. So I've just realized that you can use more than one Gmail account for different sites. Yeah, like for example, if I have ruthkaveke@gmail.com, I can create more than one site using the same. But back in, I think in 2018, when I was training WordPress, I was training some young girls at the American spaces. We were not able to do that. But remember, WordPress always add new features each and every day. They update their functionality. So I've come to realize that you can have one email create on different sites. So that question also, Madam Soy had also asked as well. You can do that with the current version. Yeah, so if you are a website developer, I will not recommend you to use WordPress.com. If you are a website developer, you buy hosting from a hosting provider, and you are able to install your WordPress there. Or as an alternative, you can also as well buy from WordPress.com. But it's very easy if you are buying it from different companies. They always have like the installations and everything ready and set up. But you can do two ways. But for me, how I create websites, like if I have different clients that I create for them websites, I recommend them to buy like different hosting that comes even with different emails representing the organization as well. So you can do both, whichever works for you. You can have WordPress.com, you pay for their domains and create different websites. That's very okay. Or alternatively, you can install WordPress in different hosting companies. Right. So I want us to edit the about, and I'll show you different features that we can use. Right, because I can see also time is running. So, okay, Sawa. I hope I answered that question. So I'm going back to if you want to go back to your dashboard where you are going to add all these pages, you always have to click where my cursor is. I'll click there. So I'll go back to my pages. You can see how simple it is. It's not very hard. Pages, then these are the pages that already exist. So we'll edit about page, and we are going now to add different elements that you can learn if you want to experiment on your own. Like for example, I'm going to edit about. I'll click on the three dots there, and then I will click on the edit button. Right, so we already have that. So this is this gives you, like, if you want to write like about on your site, you can always do that. You can add an image. This is like a template. You can follow it, or you can come up with your own. So using the gallery, I will show you how to come up with your own. But for now, assume you want to edit this and just introduce yourself. So if you want to edit, this part, you just click on it. Like this image, you want to remove it and add your own, you can say replace. And then when you click replace, there is an open media. This is where when you click, it will show you some of the images that are already there. We have that and we have that. But since we can say I want to add a new one. So this gives you an opportunity to add an image direct from your website. So let me check on Funny Technogolf. There are some photos we can use. I can use, for example, these are logo. Let me see. Oops, that's a hosting plan. That's okay, no problem. Let me choose like a real image that one can relate with. Yes, let me choose this one. Maybe, for example, I can choose any photo from here. Like maybe let me use this. And then I can give it time. Then when you click insert, you should be able to see it. Yes, that's how you can change it. Then you can also as well edit the other parts. You can increase, you see, there's that area function. You just use the dots around it to increase. Yeah, you can make it bigger, you can make it smaller, depending on whatever you want. You can write like a caption. Like for example, you can write your name. You can say, I am David. All right, so it's going to change. You can make it bold. Let's see. Oh yeah, with caption, it's not possible to do that, but with paragraphs, you'll be able to do that. So that's how you can edit that part. It's just very simple. You can come as well, introduce yourself. Here you can talk about anything that you want. And then as you can see, the headings here are a bit wide, like it's large. This is because that is heading 2. When you click there, you can change and say heading 3. The size you'll see as reduced. You can change as well and say heading 4. The size as well changes. You can come here and maybe write anything about yourself, about made in Mombasa. About made in Mombasa. Made in Mombasa. Right, so that's there, that's the title. You can as well come here and write anything that you want. You can edit this and write, if you have like an information about that, you see, you can always delete. Maybe I can write this. We share stories about everything in Mombasa. Right. Pick myself. It depends. You can write as many things as possible. So maybe I can. Yeah, you can write. You can continue writing anything that you want. And after you've done like editing whatever you're editing, you can preview. You can preview and see how it will appear. Like I can right click, open in a new tab and preview. Okay, no, it hasn't saved yet. So let me come and update first. Update. Okay, once I've updated, it should be able to reflect. It should be able to give me my changes. Yeah, there it is. You see, you can change that. That's how you can edit any page that you want. So I want us to experiment with the tools on gallery. So once you've finished that, I always find it very easy, especially when you're using WordPress.com. You want to go back to pages. So I'll use the 10 minutes that you are left to do I want to show you different elements that you can use. Like for example, I want to display whatever we do in Made in Mombasa. I can have like my title. I say that these are some of the activities that we do in Mombasa, and then I can add images. I can add text as well. So there are different elements we can use. I'll click back here. I'll click back here and I'll go back to my gallery. I'll go back to my gallery and I will click edit. Right. So this is a blank page. There is nothing. We want to add anything. Like for example, you might want to add like the title. Like for example, check some of our galleries, some of our products that we've done. There is this part here. There is this plus icon saying add a block. You can as well click here. It's the same. They do the same function. Add a block. So since I want it to be in one column, this the first one indicates that it's already in one column. So what I'll do, I'll come here and I want to add a title to that. I'll come here and I'll put like my heading. Heading sounds better because it will be larger than my text. So in heading, I have like different customization that I can change. I have heading 1, I have heading 3, heading 4, depending on whatever I want. I can decide to choose, okay, I can have that. You can, on your left hand side, you can also select and say heading 1. It will change, it will be bigger. You can say heading 2, heading 3, but let's start with heading 1. I can write check our awesome gallery. I can as well, like if I see it's too big, I can switch back to heading 3. So after doing that, so I want to add, like for example, the same way like here in Polytechno Girls, we can add, like you see here where we add like different images. You can add like a layout showing all these images like I've done here. It's very simple. So you click here just below it because it will add on top of it. It will add below it. I can say like I want to add columns, right? I want my images to be displayed in 3 columns. So some of these blocks are very simple. You can always play around with them. Some are very easy, like if you want to add an image, you want to add gallery. Some are just written in English. Audio, you want to add a quote. So if you can see column, you can search for it, or you can come here to apart from common blocks, we can check the formatting ones. I can close that and do the formatting. I have those formatting. If it's not in formatting, you can always check in layouts. Yeah, layouts element, it has to be here. Yeah, columns. So I will click columns. And then for a start, it will ask me how many columns do I want. Maybe I can say I want 2, I want 3, equally 3. I can say 3. And then when anything that you want to add on top of the block, you click the plus. So what do I want to add on top of the on the column? Like I want to add an image. I'll just say I'll come and add an image. And then if you don't have the image there, you can always upload, taking it from your computers. Let me see if I have some images that we can upload there. I can use some of the same images that I'm using here. I can say that I want that as well. These are some of the images I'm using as a demo. Once I'm done on the other part, I can always come there and add also another image. It's very simple. It will show. So depending on whatever you want to do, you just have to use these blocks. Some of these blocks are very self-explanatory. So let me add images. Yep, I can see that. This is the best way you can add image. Maybe I can add the same image. Yeah, so maybe below it, after images, you might want to add like YouTube. Like for example, you have a YouTube channel, you want to add YouTube videos and all that. When you come here, if you don't want to like do the same thing, maybe you want to display 6 images, you can come there. There's this part of duplicating. You can remove this block if you want. So I'm going to duplicate that. I can come here. I can duplicate that as well. So it's going to be there. I can come here as well. I can duplicate the same. So for you to avoid like repeating doing the same thing, you can just duplicate. If you want to change the image, you come here and say replace. So I want to show you like how we can add YouTube videos. Maybe we can add like a title again. We can say, okay, you can unmute. There's a background noise there. You can try and mute.
Try mute your speaker. Yeah. And Fatma as well, please, you can also try mute your speaker. Thank you.
Yes, great. Thanks, John. So I can come there and say, check our videos. Check our videos. So after doing that, So I can have that button, check on our videos. Then below it, I can, so this we're going to do it differently. If you want to add a video, when you come to, you can use the, let me unmute. Let me unmute who. Okay, so I've muted him so that we concentrate. Let me add a video. The same way that you add a video is the same way that you'll add a Google map in your website. So I'll come there. I'll go for custom HTML. I'll go to formatting and I'll pick this custom HTML. Always go with custom HTML. And then now I'll come to YouTube and pick whatever I want, YouTube. Okay, I can see Festus has raised his hand. Maybe you can ask a question as I demonstrate on how you can edit. You can add a YouTube. Festus, go ahead. You can respond. Unmute yourself and respond. Let me unmute you. I've unmuted you. Okay. I'll recommend maybe Festus, you've raised your hand.
Madam.
Yes. Yes, you can ask me a question. Or alternatively, let me finish this part on embedding a video, and then you can ask me later. Right, so let me look for Polytechno girls.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, sawa, maliza video alafu nitauliza swali.
Sawa. Let me mute you. Sawa, I can Polytechno girls. Right, sawa. So this is how you embed, like I can check any video in Polytechno girls. Like this is a video of Shufa. I just click on Shufa's video, and then here there is these 3 buttons here. I know most people always like to have videos on there. Not there, share, sorry. You click share. And then you come here where it's written embed. And then you just copy the entire thing. It's an iframe. Copy that and come and put it here. You can come and do there, put it there, and then you can preview. So that's how you embed like a video. It will play automatically on the website. So I will update. Once I finish updating, I can preview. So this is how it's going to appear. Check our awesome gallery. The video, what's happening? The video is not showing. The video should be able to show. Right. Let me see if it will show using that. HTML. Yeah, now the video is showing. So that's basically how you can edit. So to finalize, today we just checked on very few tools: the heading, the caption, the media, and the HTML part. So we'll organize again with Polytechnogal so that we can explore more features on the site. So maybe I'll take 2 questions, then we can wind up. We'll organize like a session next 2 weeks. Yes, Festus, I think you can go first.
Kuna mtu hapa ananiuliza akishatengeza hii WordPress yake akimaliza anataka extract source code aende nayo.
Okay. So you can
Namwambia nimuonyeshe lakini anataka aone ukifanya.
Okay, that's a very good question. Remember, WordPress it's an open source, and WordPress is built using PHP, HTML, CSS. So you actually cannot extract the entire source code. If you want to move like the entire website, first you need to export the database. And then after exporting the database, you need to copy all these files. So with WordPress, I think you can, let me mute you. There's a lot of background noise. So with WordPress, especially when you're hosting with WordPress, you'll not be able to do that unless you're doing with a different hosting company. Like for example, if you host with SasaHost, they give you like where you'll be able to see all those files. Because there are different files that are made up of WordPress, you can check them. But for now, using WordPress.com, you cannot download the entire source code. Okay, yeah. So there is also like another option you can try and export under tools. Let's see if we can do it. Anyone else with a question? I'll take the last question.
Hi,
Fatma
Ruth.
had a question. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I also wanted to ask the same question. Like, can WordPress, Fatma was asking if the WordPress templates can be customized. That was her question.
Okay, yeah, so, okay, sorry, Aisha, you can come up again.
Yes, Fatma Betty was asking if the WordPress templates can be customized.
Oh, yes, you can customize the WordPress templates. It's very easy. As you can, like on the about page, when I was sharing how you can edit some pages, I was able to explain how you can edit the about page. So you can edit that, or as well remove all the blocks and now come up with your own design. It's two-way. You can either edit whatever it's there, or you can create your own. Yeah, so for the Festers had already asked a question. With WordPress as well, yeah, there is this feature on the tools. You can always export. You can always export your text, pages, and some of the posts you've done. And also you can download your media. But if you're also hosting with a hosting provider, the other version that I talked about, you need like to export the database of your website. Then you can also export all those files. Then after doing that, you can configure, which requires like some expertise. But with WordPress.com, you can always export. Maybe John, is there any other different question before I can wind up?
It's just a comment from Dixon. Sorry, he is saying, wow, that's an awesome session. Thank you so much. This is my first time I'm learning about creating a website. The presentation was clear, to the point, and understandable. Please organize another session.
Oh, fantastic. So what we'll do with the team next week on Thursday, from 3 to 4, we are going to explore more ways that we are going to work on WordPress. Like today, I was able to show you how you can create a page, how you can add different design. So we can check more. Like for example, next week we can work on the contact page, how you can add a Google map, how you can add different things like social media. Yeah, so next week we are going to organize, like I didn't do this part on even how to upgrade. Yeah, so we still have like more to explore. Like we've not covered, actually we've done like 20% of what we're supposed to do. Yeah, so we'll proceed next week. We'll organize a session. We'll share with all of you. We have your emails. You'll be able to see that, because we didn't explore some of the elements in Gutenberg. As you can see on my image, we've just learned how to add an image. We just learned how to use the custom HTML. We've learned how to use the columns. We've learned how to use heading. Yeah, so there's so many things that we need to understand. And then, yeah, that's very good, Dixon. I'm very glad that you are able to learn. I've also showed you how to add YouTube video. We've added Shufa's YouTube videos. And then next week, we can learn how to add maps. And then we can also learn how to link to social media. It's very important to link your social media to your website. And then we can also explore more on the question that Festus asked on exporting. We can export the site and we can see how it looks like when we export it. Yeah, so thank you so much, all of you, for joining. If you have any question, if maybe, for example, you don't need to wait for me until next week. If you have any question you want to explore, let me type my email address. I'll type my email address and my phone number. So you can take advantage now since everyone is at home. Try something, ask me, and I can guarantee you that I'll respond and I'll be very happy to help you. So you can ask me any question on your site using the WordPress that we've started. Feel free to share with me and I'll be able to help you. And before I finish, this site, you cannot be able to, like if I share with you this website now, you cannot be able to see it. Why? Because there's an error that says, not even actually an error, it's an info, your site hasn't been launched. Only you can see it until it's launched. So I have to launch the site, but before you launch, you have to click like an activation link on your email. So we'll do more of that. I'm trying to check where I can do some chats, but our very own John or Aisha, you can help by sharing my email, the Gmail account, and my phone number, so that anyone who wants to ask any question, feel free to ask me. Yeah, so that's the end of my presentation for today. Let's see if you'll be able to get all the, yeah. So you feel free to reach out to me. I'm very happy to help. Let's catch up and meet next week, the same time, as we finish what we've not covered yet. John, have you managed to share with everyone?
Yes, I have managed. It's in the comment section.
Okay.
Thank you for the amazing session.
Okay, thank you, John, for helping facilitate the session and for everyone who managed to join. We look forward, like by next week on Thursday, everyone will have their own website using WordPress.com. If you want to upgrade, I'll show you how to pay to upgrade to remove the WordPress extension on your site. Yeah, thank you so much. Have a great day. I'm going to end the call. Take care and stay safe. Right, bye.
You too, stay safe.
Ruth, before you leave,
Okay.
Bye.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
There is a Madam Leonida asked a question about video. Maybe, Madam, you can try ask. Sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just inquiring
Uh-huh.
about the recorded session. Did you record?
I think I recorded, but I'll confirm. If it's recorded, I'll share with all of you on email.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Okay.
Yes, that's great.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Okay, bye everyone.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, madam.
Bye. Meet you
Bye.
next week.
Temi, Sultan.